Hello, yoga friends. I made it. I made the drive all the way from LA to New Jersey. So now I'm here at my parents' house for the rest of the summer, finding different spaces around their house and around their block to film yoga videos. So here's the first one. And I found that when I was making the drive, it took me about 10 days. I stopped in lots of different cities to visit friends, but during the day, to keep myself energized during the drive, I was really hyped up and drinking a lot of caffeine and just excited to see people, so kind of on a high. But then when I would arrive in the place, it was kind of hard to settle into that space, to fall asleep at night, or just to calm down and remember that I wasn't driving for that time until the next day. And I felt like that was kind of a metaphor for what we're doing in all of life. We're going so fast, we have so many things to worry about, and then when we get to the end of the day, or when we get time to relax, if we're at the beach or something, it's kind of hard to slow down, settle yourself in, and allow yourself to open up and relax. So this first video that I'm filming here will be focused on grounding and just feeling your body here in the present moment. We'll start standing. Come to stand at the top of your mat with your feet hips distance apart. And give yourself a moment here to really root down into your feet. Spread out your toes, feel your heels grounding, and just make sure that the weight is pretty even between the fronts and the backs of your feet. Stand up as tall as you can. Let the shoulders roll back and palms open towards the front of your mat. And close your eyes here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Begin to roll your shoulders back. And take big circles. And then roll them to the front. And then start to let them do what they want to do. Maybe one to the back, one to the front, or just roll them one at a time. And come to stillness in the center. Bring your palms back to face forward. Take a big breath in and stretch your arms up and overhead. On your exhale, draw the hands into heart center. Take another big circle like that. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, hands into your heart. Yeah. Then take a big loop of the right arm towards the back. Circle it again a couple times. And take the left arm, 3 circles. And then right arm forward 3 times. Left arm forward. And we'll circle the arms around and up, reach high. And this time as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine for a halfway lift, reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold back down. Press into the feet, rise all the way up to standing. Circle the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, open twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. And keep your hips facing forward and let the twist come from your waist. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, open twist, other way. Maybe look out at your back thumb if it feels good in your neck. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back down. And press into the feet, come up to standing, reach your arms high. As you exhale, just let your body drape, bend the knees, almost like chair pose, but a little bit less. Round the spine, roll it up. Big sweep of the arms up overhead. Exhale, drape the body over your legs, bend the knees. And let it feel good in the spine. Take one more round. And this time, stretch the arms up high. Exhale, hands through heart center, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your left foot to the back. Lower the back knee down. Yeah. Make sure your toes are tucked under and take a few pulses with the back knee. Yeah, try to keep your hips nice and high. You'll feel it a little bit more in your hip flexor. And then settle the back knee down. Crawl the hands up onto your thigh and press the skin of your thigh forward like you're trying to make it longer. Next breath in, reach your arms up overhead. And then open twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Keep your torso parallel to the floor. Crown of the head reaching high. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring them down to frame your front foot. Now slide the right knee back in line with the left. Inhale, stretch your heart forward for cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, let your chin drop down, find cat. Yeah, take a few more rounds of that, move with your breath. One more round here. And shift the body forward so you come into a modified plank pose. Heart reaches forward. Try to make a big straight long line with your torso, your hips, and your thighs. Bend into the elbows, keep them tight to the body. Come all the way down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Take 3 rounds of low cobra. Inhale, stretch the heart forward, elbows back in. Keep them close to your torso. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, heart forward, rise. Exhale, lower. You can keep your legs nice and active here. Feet pressed down. Inhale, last one. Exhale, lower down. Then tent your fingers to the upper corners of your mat. Elbows point high. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wave the body back down. 2 more waves. Slide the hands back in line with your chest. Press your way back to hands and knees. This time step the left foot forward between your hands. Tuck the back toes under. Take a few little pulses with the back knee, just opening up the thigh and the hip flexor. And then set the back knee down. And crawl your hands onto your thigh. Stretch the skin of your thigh forward. Grow it a little bit longer. And take your arms up and overhead, Anjaneyasana. Maybe look up towards your fingers. And take the right arm forward, left arm back. Big open twist. Crown of the head still reaching high. Inhale, take the arms back up. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Step your back foot up to meet your front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Half lift. Exhale, fold in. Press into the feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high. Exhale, take your hands down by your side. Spin the palms to face forward. Bring your feet back to hips distance apart if they weren't there already. Now we're going to do a modified chair pose, so you won't go down as low and you won't sit back as much. Imagine like you're standing against a wall. Then begin to slide your back down that wall. Bend your knees gently. On an exhale, press into your heels, rise back up. Inhale, slide the body down the wall. Exhale, press the heels and rise. And take 3 more rounds with your breath. Feel your feet rooting down into your mat. Feel your legs get a little bit more energetic as they straighten. 1 more breath here. And inhale, stretch your arms up high. Exhale, fold your way back down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot to the back. And set the back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open twist to your right. Left arm forward, right arm back. And take a big breath in here. Spread your fingertips wide. And bring the hands together in front of your heart. Stay here or hook your left elbow to the outer right knee and give yourself a little bit more leverage in your twist. Make sure the knee in the front stays right over your ankle. So squeeze it against your elbow as your elbow presses into your knee. You could also lift the back knee up if you want an extra challenge to your balance today. Up to you. And set the back knee on the mat. Unwind the arms, reach them high. And take the fingers down to frame your front foot. Straighten out the front leg as best you can. Flex the front toes, draw back for half splits. And keep the spine as long as you can. I have really tight hamstrings and a kind of tight lower back, so it's hard for me to keep my spine totally straight. Try to reach your sitting bones out toward the back of the room. Rebend into your front knee. Frame the foot with your hands. Slide your right knee back to meet your left. And decide if you want to stay here or tuck your toes under, come up into a high plank pose. Yeah, and this could be a modified plank with the knees down, up to you. If you have any wrist issues, just come down onto your forearms. Reach your heart forward. Hug the sides of your waist in. Draw the belly up and in. Take one more breath here. And exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, take your arms back behind you, palms down. Inhale, rise up for locust pose. Lift up through the arms, try to reach the shoulders back. Reach the fingers back toward your toes. Point the toes in firm into the legs. One more breath here. Exhale, lower everything down. And take a big breath here on your belly. Exhale, let it go. Clasp your hands behind your back, or if you have a towel or a strap nearby, you could take that in between your hands if they don't quite meet. Roll the shoulders away from the floor. Stretch the knuckles back. Point the toes, lift up through the legs and through the chest. Try to stretch your heart and your toes away from each other. And keep your gaze looking a little bit down, right in front of your mat. Draw the legs in closer together. Take one more breath. Exhale, lower everything down. Plant your hands beside your chest. Find a low cobra, or you could come up into a little bit higher version, up to you if you want to straighten the arms. Press your way back to hands and knees. Step your left foot forward between your hands. Rise right up into Anjaneyasana as you inhale. Exhale, open twist over to the left. Draw your hands together in front of your heart. Stay upright or hook your elbow around the outside of your knee. As the elbow squeezes into your knee, draw the knee back in toward your elbow. Maybe tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up if you want to add some extra work here. And set the back knee down. Unwind the arms, inhale, reach high. Exhale, fingertips come down to frame your front foot. Draw your hips back, heart forward, straighten out as best you can through the front leg. Flex the foot. But think most about lengthening the spine. Rebend into your front knee. Step your back foot up to meet your front foot. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now we'll find chair pose, our standard Utkatasana. Inhale, arms come up by your ears, biceps in line with your ears. Sit back into your heels. And then lift up through the chest. You might even lift all 10 toes up off the ground to make sure the weight is in your heels. Sit a little bit deeper. Take an inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Step both feet to the back of your mat. Find your high plank pose. Stay here or set the knees down. You'll lower halfway or all the way to the belly. Inhale, heart forward. Find your cobra or upward facing dog. Press through the tops of the feet. Lift the thighs up. On your exhale, find your way to downward facing dog through hands and knees or by lifting your hips up and back. Take a big breath in your down dog and a big breath out. Let it go. Use an inhale to reach your right heel back behind you. Lengthen through that leg. Exhale, step the foot up in between your hands. Shift your right foot a little closer to your right thumb. Spin the back foot flat. Rise up for warrior one. And press through the front heel and the back heel. Bring your hands to clasp behind your lower back. Inhale, knuckles reach down your back thigh, open the heart. Exhale, fold in, humble warrior. And set your gaze on the inside of your front foot. Try to let the neck relax. Keep hugging the low belly in. And let your hands separate. They'll come to frame your front foot. Square off your torso. Press through the ball of the front foot. Straighten your front leg as best you can. And just like in our half splits, keep your heart reaching forward. Rebend into your front knee. Spike the back heel up. Keep your left hand planted and spin your right arm open for a twisted lunge. You might look up toward your top thumb. And you might choose to stay here, or you could spin to the outer edge of your back foot. Step your right foot back to find a side plank pose. Inhale, lift your hips a little bit higher. Exhale, we'll all meet in a plank pose. Decide if you want to lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, take your heart forward, find your heart opener. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left heel back. Exhale, step the foot up between your hands. Take your back foot flat. Rise up, heart forward, warrior one. And press hard through the back heel and the outer edge of the back foot. And try to keep your chest square toward the front, hips mostly square. And then bring your hands to clasp behind your low back. Switch the finger from last time that was on top. Inhale, open the heart, knuckles down your back thigh. Exhale, fold in, humble warrior. Let your hands separate. Frame your front foot with your fingertips. Straighten out the front leg. And take the bend back into your front knee and lift up through your back heel. Right hand stays down. Left arm twists open. Twisted low lunge. Stay here or take it into side plank with the right hand down. Inhale, take your hips a little bit higher. Exhale, meet in plank pose. Take a vinyasa here or head straight to downward facing dog. In downward dog, step your feet close into each other. Inhale, bring your right heel high. Exhale, stack your hips open. Inhale, kick the heel back behind you. Exhale, step the foot up to the top of your mat. Spin your back foot flat. Make sure the feet are in the same line this time. Open up into warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. And take your gaze to look out over your front fingers. Then shift those fingers forward, tilt your torso. Bend your elbow, place it on your thigh or hand to the inside of your front foot. And take your left arm, left hand high. Extend your side angle by reaching your top arm up and over your ear. Spin the palm down towards the ground. Then on an inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Straighten out through the front leg. Shift your hips back, reach your right fingers forward. Take your hand down onto your shin and find your triangle pose. Press into both feet to rise up. Rebend the front knee, warrior two. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, spin your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to take a flow or meet in downward facing dog. Bring your feet close together again. Inhale, stretch the left heel back. Exhale, bend the knees, stack open through the hips. Inhale, re-straighten the left leg. Exhale, step that foot up to the top of your mat in between your hands. Spin your back foot flat, open up, warrior two on the second side. And take a moment here, settle your breath, settle your gaze. Stretch the left fingers forward, tilt the torso. Bring your elbow to your thigh or hand to the mat. Right fingers high at first. Take your gaze up toward your top thumb. Then stretch the top arm up and over your ear. Spin the palm down and draw the shoulders away from your ears, shoulders down your back. Inhale, rise, back up, warrior two. Straighten out through the front leg. Hips reach back, fingers stretch forward, lengthen the sides of the body. And then lower your hand down onto your shin or to the floor. And gaze up toward your top thumb. Trikonasana Triangle pose. Press through both feet to come up. Rebend into your front knee, warrior two. And take a big breath in here. Exhale, spin your hands down to frame your front foot. And step your left foot back. Hold plank pose here. Then bend into your elbows, lower down onto the forearms. Hands could come to clasp or palms could press together. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Draw the sitting bones down towards your heels. Lift up through the sides of the waist. And take one more breath. Exhale, lower everything down to your mat. Reach your hands back behind you, spin the palms in to face each other. Inhale, lift up for another round of locust. This time imagine like you have a volleyball or a basketball in between your hands and squeeze them a little closer together. Get really active through the back of your arms and your upper back. Inhale once more here. Exhale, lower down. Bend into your knees, flex your feet, draw your heels in towards your glutes. Reach back with your hands, maybe you grab hold of the outer ankles, or if you can't reach, just reach in that direction. Start to kick your feet into your hands, open up across the chest. And let the openness come from the action of kicking the feet in towards your palms. And take one more breath here. Exhale, release the feet, nice and easy with control. Windshield wiper the legs side to side. Straighten your legs back behind you, tuck the toes. Press through hands and knees or through plank pose to come back into your down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Then spin all 10 toes toward a long edge of your mat. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. And let the weight shift into the balls of your feet. And let the crown of your head relax down. Firm into your thighs. And keep the legs nice and active here. Like you're trying to press your feet down against the floor and grow them longer. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, then take them back around to frame your front foot. And set your back knee down. And heel toe your right foot a little bit wider. Yeah, set both hands to the inside of that foot. Stay here or lower down onto your forearms for lizard pose. Rise back up onto your palms. Heel toe your right foot over to the left side of your mat. Lower your shin and your knee down. Square off your hips for a moment and find your pigeon pose. You could stay up here, you could lower down to your forearms, or you could walk the hands all the way out. I am not demoing that because there's too much stuff in my way. And come back to your breath here. And we're cooling down now, so give yourself space to even it out. Begin to press weight back up into your hands. Tuck the back toes under. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And take a breath in your downward dog. Exhale, let it go. Stretch your left leg back behind you. On an exhale, draw the foot up in between your hands. Spin your back foot down and take all 10 toes toward the long side of your mat. Wide-legged fold. This time you might like to loop your peace sign fingers around your big toes or scoop all your fingers around the outsides of your feet. If you take that variation, draw the elbows wide and use the leverage of your hands pulling at your feet to reach your heart a little closer toward the floor. And that might mean that you have to bend your knees. And try to rotate your sitting bones up toward the sky. And create some space in your lower back and all along your spine. Release the grip around your feet. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Support yourself as you take them around to reframe your left foot. And then set the back knee down. Bring your left foot wide, hands to the inside of the front foot. And if you like to, lower down onto your elbows, find your lizard variation. Rise back up onto your hands. Heel toe your front foot all the way over to the other side of your mat. Lower the knee down, lower the shin down, square off the hips. And find your variation of pigeon. This time I can walk my hands all the way out because I have some more space. Slowly bring the hands back to the top of your mat if they're not there. And tuck your back toes under. Step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, rise up high onto the balls of your feet. And exhale, take little steps and let your knees bend along the way. We'll eventually come down to a seat in about the middle of your mat. Straighten out your left leg. Bend your right knee in and out to the side. Here you might need to put a pillow or a blanket underneath it if you have any knee pain, so listen to that. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, walk your hands forward toward your left foot. And keep that foot flexed and active. And stretch your heart forward. And again, we're finding that length in the spine, just like in our half splits, just like in our pyramid pose. Walk the hands back in toward your body. Bring your left hand to the outer right thigh. Right fingers back behind you. Sit up tall. Then on your exhale, twist. Look out over your back shoulder. We'll add in a little bit of a side body stretch to our twist. So take your right arm up and over your ear. Maybe it reaches all the way over to grab hold of your left foot. That's totally unnecessary. Give yourself space to open up. And try to keep your right armpit stacking over your left. And rainbow your right hand down. Pick up your right knee, step it over to the outside of your other leg, and then hug that right knee in for a second. Uncross the legs here. Bend the left knee in and out to the side. Again, shift your pillow, or if you have anything underneath that knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, walk your fingers forward. Stretch your heart forward towards your right foot. Use an inhale breath to rise up. And take your right hand to the outer left thigh. And press your left fingers back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, look out over your back shoulder. And then add in your side body stretch. Make an arc with your left arm. Reach it up and over. Maybe you grab the foot if it's easy for you. If it feels like you're holding on for dear life, let yourself open up. Bring your left hand back behind you. Step the left foot over and across the right leg. And just give it a squeeze in. And sit up tall. Cause some compression between your thigh and your chest. Uncross that leg. Straighten both legs out. Inhale, open up across the chest. Exhale, fold forward over 2 straight legs or mostly straight. I often bend my knees here because, like I said, I have tight hamstrings. So I find that if I try to keep my legs totally straight, it causes a lot of rounding and sometimes pain in my lower back. So it feels a lot safer when I let the knees bend and keep my back a little bit more open from rounding. On your next breath in, rise up, bend into the knees. Yeah. Then lean back a little bit, grab hold of the hamstrings. Stay here working on opening your chest, or you might bring your shins up parallel to the floor. Keep holding on or reach your fingers forward, find Navasana boat pose. Option to stay here or use an inhale to open up into a low boat. Exhale, lift yourself back up. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift up. Last one. Inhale, open, Ardha Navasana, half boat. Exhale, rise. Grab the backs of your hamstrings, roll down onto your back. And place your feet on the floor, hips distance apart. Make sure they're close enough in that you can touch the backs of your heels. Press your palms down into the mat. Inhale, root the heels, lift the hips up. Bridge pose. Stay here, or you might clasp your hands underneath your low back. Walk the shoulders in underneath the body and open the chest a little bit more. And just when you're here, try to keep looking up at the sky or down at your own body, not side to side at the screen or anything like that. And just to be extra protective of the neck. Release the hands if you have that variation. Lower the hips down to your mat. Step the feet wide, windshield wiper the knees a few times. Draw the knees in toward your chest. Bump your hips a little bit to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. Open across your heart. And look away from your knees for an easy twist. It should feel pretty gentle, restorative as you're cooling down. Draw the knees up through center. And let the hips shift to the left. Both knees fall to the right. Turn your gaze away from your knees. Slow down your breath. Take your legs back up through center. Give yourself a big hug in or take happy baby pose. Grab for the ankles or the outsides of the feet and spread your knees wide in toward your armpits. You might rock side to side here. Then begin to make your way into your final pose of our video today. Straighten out your legs. Let your palms rest face up by your sides. Feel the eyes softly close. And make any adjustments that you need to get as comfortable as you can. And let yourself completely relax in. And enjoy your Shavasana. Enjoy your resting pose for as long as you need to. I hope your practice has you feeling a little bit more grounded in this moment, allowing yourself to just be here right now. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for practicing with me. Let me know what you think of this new space, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.